That could be two. Manny with a diving stop now has just the one play and he gets...
What's going on, guys? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another Major League Baseball recap. We have a lot to talk about today. Bryce Harper, he was hit in the hand yesterday. Luckily, the x-rays were negative, but we're going to go ahead and show that clip in just a second. Clayton Kershaw, I'm not sure if he broke his foot, but he is kicking coolers in the dugout, and it did not look pretty. So if this is your first time on the channel, make sure you guys subscribe, leave a like on this, and also use code Fuzzy on SeatGeek to save $20 off. And without further ado, we're just going to jump into it. Let's start talking baseball. You guys have seen me make my in real life baseball videos. You all know that I am not the tallest guy. I'm 5'7", maybe 5'8" on a good day. My parents saved the tall genes for my younger brother, but that's besides the point. Willie Calhoun, he is making all of us short guys proud because he's 5'8", and he almost has 20 home runs in just over 200 at-bats. So I wanted to start off the video with a bang. Willie Calhoun wins the game over the Baltimore Orioles. Take it away, my man. Making the short guys proud. My guy.
Here comes the pitch, and that one is hit high in the air to right field, hit well.
Willie Calhoun.
This one in the air, out to right field, and it is gone! He's done it again!
But a ball hit hard up the middle and past the shortstop Martin into center. A base hit for Elvis. Guzman scores.
Alright, so I know that you just saw Willie Calhoun and his highlights, but I just got some breaking news. This has nothing to do with baseball, but Antonio Brown was just released by the Oakland Raiders. Well, that sucks. You guys can see this. I'm an LV Aviators fan. I mean, I don't even like the Raiders, but I was excited to see Antonio Brown. Do you guys want me to recap football throughout the year? If you do, leave a like on this video and let me know in the comment section down below. Cover football. But, wow. All right, let's talk about another California team, the Dodgers. What's crazy about this game is the Dodgers got 3 home runs from one player, AJ Pollock. Now, the unfortunate part is, well, there's actually 2 sad things, is the fact that I had AJ Pollock on my bench, so 21 points went down the drain, and then on top of that, the Dodgers actually lost this game to the Giants because the home runs that AJ Pollock hit, they were all solo shots, so he had 3 home runs, but it only accounted for 3 runs. So yeah, Clayton Kershaw, he did not have a great game, and he ended up kicking the cooler in the dugout. So it was kind of reminiscent of Brian Wilson back in the day when he was hitting coolers with bats. If I can find that clip, I'll go ahead and show it at the very end.
Shot to deep left. Now he hammers one high and deep if it's fit.
Third walk for Kershaw. Thinking about in October. Kershaw
Showing 4-2 lead for the Giants.
Well, he's not used to it.
It's now their final out. And he's got another! The hat trick for
And he struck it out. He went to the breaking ball. And Buster.
Tim Anderson of the Chicago White Sox had one of the most disrespectful bat flips that I have seen the entire year, and he's had quite a few that were on the fence of, okay, that's really exciting and that's really swaggy, because a lot of people are saying, you know, we need more players like Tim Anderson, because if you guys did not know, the participation of young black people in baseball is actually at an all-time low. So if Tim Anderson can keep hitting these home runs and kind of motivating kids to play baseball, I'm all for that. Now, the only thing is this home run, it was a little bit much. I will be honest, I love showboating, I love having fun, but it was a little too long. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below. What do you think of Tim Anderson's home run? But aside from that, the Angels were able to overcome that disrespectful bat flip. They actually won the baseball game, so I guess the Angels, they didn't really care about it.
We won a good one. That is skied to deep left field, and that one is way out of here. Big fly for Justin.
Hashim was picked up by the Red Sox, and he actually had a really good debut yesterday against the New York Yankees, so I'm really excited about this. It doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things for the Yankees because they're already going to win the American League East, but the fact that the Red Sox, they put up a really good fight. They won 6-1 yesterday against Domingo Germán and the Yankees. I really liked it. So Hashim and Mitch Moreland, they were the stars from yesterday, and I have a question for you guys. If the Red Sox do make the playoffs, would you be afraid of them? Because if I'm being honest, if I'm the Yankees or the Twins, I'd rather face the Rays or the Indians or any other team in the American League, not named the Red Sox, because when they're firing on all cylinders, at least in terms of their offense, they're kind of hard to beat.
He rips it to right, and Moreland has left the yard.
Encarnacion with 2 outs.
That's in there. Game over. Red Sox win it 6-1. Good clean fun at Fenway Park.
Yesterday, the Houston Astros defeated the Seattle Mariners to tie the New York Yankees for the best record in all of baseball. They're both 40 games over 500. This game was actually a lot of fun to watch. If you missed it, here we go. Mariners versus the Astros. I mean, we all know who won. There's no easy way to beat the Astros. They're good on offense, defense, pitching, bullpen. It's just, you can't beat them in any way. I mean, it's really hard.
For Yuli Gurriel.
How about that? Yuli with a base hit down the first baseline.
And the pitch to Bishop, swinging a line drive into the gap in right center field on the run.
It was on the right. Reddick drives one deep to right field, and Reddick on back-to-back nights.
Let's talk about the Arizona Diamondbacks, shall we? They are on a 4-game winning streak. They are gunning for that second-place wildcard spot in the National League. Ketel Marte hit his 31st home run. Nick Ahmed also continues to break out with his 18th home run. Diamondbacks, I'm telling you guys, I know they traded away Zach Greinke, but they got a lot of pieces in return. Same with Paul Goldschmidt, because Carson Kelly's doing a really good job. Luke Weaver was doing a great job up until he got injured. But Merrill Kelly, all the rest of their guys, the Diamondbacks, whew, don't mess with them.
Down the line, headed for the corner. Ketel Marte, a 3-run homer. High in the air for LeCastro in right field. And Archie Bradley.
So I know I talked about the Red Sox and how they could be dangerous going forward into the playoffs. If they do make the playoffs, they would have to overcome the Indians and the A's for the second place spot in the wild card, because I think the next team, the Rays, I think they are pretty comfortable in that number 1 spot. They looked lethal yesterday with their pitching and offense. It was a pretty easy win. Like, not for 1 second of the game yesterday did I think the Rays were at a disadvantage. And if you guys watch this recap, I think you can agree with me.
Nino, and a high fly ball back into left. Alfred to the wall, Zazino. Ground ball up the middle. Look at Wendell Pickett. Throw to first, got it. That's impressive. This guy can be. High fly ball. This should do it.
Ooh, so the Nationals, after scoring a bunch of runs in the previous 10 or so games, they're now on a 3-game losing streak, and it's not the best time to be doing that because they're going up against the Atlanta Braves, someone that they could face off against in the NLCS, the NLDS, sometime throughout the playoffs. Dallas Keuchel and Shane Green, they were pretty bad to start off their tenure for the Atlanta Braves, but they have turned it around. I just think the Braves, they are one of the most complete teams in all baseball, and they're going to be really hard to stop.
The first. Swing and a high fly ball. That's belted left center field. That ball is deep. The ball is gone. It's 1-0. The pitch. High fly ball. Deep left field. Donaldson has left. Little number. Back to the mound. Green's got it. Braves win.
My friend Josh was actually at this game, and when Ozzie Albies hit that home run, he was on TV. So this is my guy, Josh. What's up, Josh? He's actually, he's really famous in the Army side of the world. He's famous, okay? I'm going to go ahead and say this right now. This next series might be the most important series in the last couple of years for me, dating back to the 2016 World Series when we choked to the Cubs. I know, 3-1. Get your jokes out now, but the Indians are facing off against the Twins right now, and we're like 6 games back in the AL Central. We need every single win that we can get, especially when we're facing the Twins. And yesterday, my gosh, Oscar Mercado and the pitching for the Indians, they came in massive as we steal a W. Now, if we can keep this going, I'm not even going to say anything, but if we can, I'll be happy. That's all I'm going to say. I'll be happy.
Left-handed. The pitch swung on and whacked to deep right and way out of here. And to walk. The pitch hit on the ground towards short, backhanded by Lindor. Jump throw to first on one bounce. Good. And Mercado rips one into left field. That'll get 1 home. Perez scores. Here comes Mike Freeman. He'll score as well.
Alright guys, so now we are getting to the part of the video which I'm sure most of you clicked on because the title says Bryce Harper breaks his hand. So yesterday he was facing Steven Matz, the pitcher for the New York Mets, and he was hit with a 94, 95 mile an hour sinker on his hand. Now luckily, I thought that it was broken because he was in a lot of pain. He was actually leaning on Wilson Ramos, the opposing catcher. I for sure thought that his hand was broken. It was negative, okay? The x-rays were negative. The Phillies need this guy for the next couple games, but if he can't go at 100%, I think the Phillies are officially done, and then they lose to the Mets. So just an overall pretty rough game for Phillies fans.
Sure. Alonso takes high ball 4 and the Mets win it. Long in the bottom of the 9th, Lagares comes in with a winning run.
So the Chicago Cubs are sitting pretty right now in the second place spot for the National League wild card. I believe they are 2 or 3 games ahead of the third place team now. One guy that is on a mission to carry his team on his back is a guy named Christian Yelich. I think he's pretty good. Yesterday he hit a home run. Is he good? I think so. Let's take a look. Yeah, he's good. Yeah, Christian Yelich is amazing.
And Yelich in the air, right center field. Castellanos looking up, and there it goes! Christian Yelich with a 3-run homer. Number 44.
So we saw AJ Pollock hit 3 home runs in a game that his team actually lost. The same thing sort of happened to Tommy Edman of the St. Louis Cardinals, except he only hit 2 home runs. But aside from that, the Cardinals were not able to beat the Pirates when usually the Cardinals have their number, and especially when you have Tommy Edman hitting 2 home runs. It's just kind of crazy how Pollock and Edman combined for 5 home runs, but their teams lose. That's just baseball in a nutshell. It's a team game, okay? It's a team game.
With his 2-run home run. There's a fly ball. Right center. Well hit.
The pitch. Swinging a fly ball out to right. Falling fast and falling. There's 1 for 2 tonight.
Drive to right, toward the wall, Fowler back, and off the top of the wall.
Trevor takes off. Great jump. Throw to second. Is on the bag. Safe. He's underneath it. And if that holds up, that has been phenomenal. High fly as Garcia. Tapia makes the catch, and the throw is on line and in time.
The last couple games that we have to recap. First off, we have the Tigers versus the Athletics. It was a doubleheader, so I believe that the A's were able to win game number 1, and then the Tigers, with the help of Kristen Stewart, they actually won game number 2. So if you missed the doubleheader, it doesn't really mean much. I mean, actually it does, because the A's are in second place for the wild card and the Indians won. Actually, okay, this is a very important series. Let's see who wins.
An insurance runner, too.
It's one high in the air, right center. Reyes is looking up, and that baby's gone.
Tigers need base runners. Kristen Stewart.
Skies one to deep right. Going back, and that ball is gone.
Line drive, base hit into right field over the glove of a leaping Olsen. Into the corner.
And then last but not least, finally something good happened for my fantasy team. I was looking at the pitchers that were available, and I thought to myself, Jorge Lopez has been pretty bad this year, but he's going up against the Marlins, so I might as well just pluck him and see if it worked. And he got me 25 fantasy points. Thank you, Jorge Lopez, as the Marlins were able to not beat the Royals. Thank the baseball lords.
The pitch. Swung on, hit pretty well. Left center field. They bring the throw to the shortstop, Mondesi. The overthrow. Here's the throw home. He is. Dozier, the batter. That is crushed to center field. Sierra is back. He is at the wall.
Alright guys, well that is going to do it for today's Major League Baseball recap. But what I want you guys to do going forward, because I want you to be able to participate in these videos, is I'm going to go ahead and start a little mini series at the end of every Major League Baseball recap. So it's going to be called This Day in History. So what I want you to do is I want you guys to do some research. So today is September 7th. Is it September 7th? Yeah, today is September 7th. So what I want you guys to do is when I'm doing my research for tomorrow, September 8th, I want you guys to let me know in the comment section down below. What was something that was really cool that happened on September 8th, whether it was 10 years ago, 25 years ago, and then that will be your chance to get a shout out, because let's say it's Babe Ruth hitting 3 home runs on September 8th of 1932. I don't know if that happened or not, but if you find something cool, let me know in the comment section down below. We're gonna deem it This Day in History, something like that. But thank you all so much for watching. Use code Fuzzy on SeatGeek to save $20 off, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.